Tickle on the tum. Tickle on the what? Look down, there's Tickle Town, and there's the River Tum. Tickle on the tum. Oh yeah, tickle on the tum.
Morning, Ryan. You're very happy today. Hey, I didn't know you could roller skate.
Oh, do you know, so good. I'm thinking of making all my bread deliveries on these skates. It's much quicker, you know.
Well, you seem to be very good at it. Was it easy to learn?
I must say, I've been practicing. Yes. It didn't seem so easy yesterday. No. But I was going to the ballet in Grumbletown. And, you know, I love ballet, particularly Swan Lake. I was so excited, I couldn't make up my mind what to wear. Now, should it be my purple suit with the cream shirt and the pink striped tie, or the blue suit and the floral shirt with the frills? I decided to wear the blue. And as soon as I was ready, I ran down to the station to catch my train, but when I got there, I remembered my theatre ticket. Where had I put it? What a shock. I knew I couldn't get in without it. Oh, I was so upset. I looked everywhere. In the pockets of my coat, in my trousers, and even in my little purse where I keep my money. But it wasn't there. So I ran all the way back home again. And there was the ticket sitting on the kitchen table where I left it. I picked it up with relief. But then I thought, however am I going to catch the train in time to get to the theatre? Roland, I said to myself, you'll have to get your skates on. That's what my old mum used to say if she was in a hurry. That's it. Skates. I got an old pair of roller skates in the garden shed that hadn't been worn for years. I tied them with lots of string because they were rather small, and I set off again for the station. Rover the dog started barking at me and jumping around me. As I swayed from side to side, it was a bit like wibble wobble jelly on a plate. Wobble wibble Roland on a skate. Oh, I had to laugh. But then I started to go downhill and I couldn't stop myself. I saw a lamppost and I tried to grab that, but my hand slipped and I went spinning round it like a top. I was so dizzy I soon let go. And then I had another fright. There in front of me was Winnie Walker, the postwoman, holding out some letters and parcels, and I banged right into her. Crash! Oh! Down she went onto the road, and all the letters flew up in the air and scattered all over the place. Winnie shouted after me, but I couldn't hear what she was saying, because I still couldn't stop. Rover was still chasing me, then he saw a cat and started chasing after that. It ran right in front of me. Poor pussy, I thought. I'll run over. But just in time, and only just in time, she jumped up in the air and landed in the arms of Connie Caper, the policewoman. What a commotion! The dog barking, the cat yowling, Winnie shouting. And then Connie Caper started to blow her whistle. And by now I was shouting out, help, help. I wanted to stop, but I just couldn't. I went sailing down the high street, knocking people over, missing cars by inches. And just as I got to Troutbridge, Frank Field, the farmer, came riding by on his horse, Delilah. The poor horse was so frightened that she lifted her front legs up in the air and tossed Farmer Field right into the middle of Tickle Pond. He sat up spluttering and spitting, and then a duck came and settled right on the top of his riding hat. He looked so funny, all red-faced and shaking the water out of his eyes. And I turned to have another look at him. Silly me! I went crashing, bang, wallop. I'd landed in something warm and soft, but I couldn't see what it was at all. It was so dark. At least I'd stopped skating. I knew that. I lay quite still until my head had stopped spinning. And I got my breath back. Then I struggled to my feet. Or rather my skates. And I found myself in the middle of a pile of old feathers outside Tickle Feather Factory. I had feathers in my hair, up my nose, and all over my blue suit. I bent down very carefully and took off my skates to make sure I didn't set off again and end up in the River Tum. As I was trying to brush the feathers off my suit, I heard a train hooting at the level crossing. It was my train coming into Tickle Station. There was still time to catch it, so I ran the last bit to the station and jumped on the train just as the guard was blowing his whistle. On the way to Grumbletown, I managed to get rid of most of the feathers, but I kept 5 big ones and wore them in my buttonhole at the ballet, so that everyone knew I was from Tickle.
Oh, I'm having a go at skating like Roland. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's a bit tricky though. No wonder you couldn't stop. Oh.
Danny, it's so simple, really. It's a bit like ballet, except that you have to have very good balance.
Well, that rules me out, because I can't even stand on one leg.
Oh, right. Oh, no! Oh, what?
Oh, oh, Danny, you all right?
Yes,
No, let's
right.
read a few tickle jokes then.
Oh, that would be, yes.
There you
we'll
are.
do
There's a
that.
couple for you.
Here you are, Roland.
Oh, thank you.
Wonder where
Thank
they
you,
come
Danny.
from this week.
Yes. Oh, look. Let me read this big one first.
All right.
It was a picture, and it's from Nicholas Drew, Port Eynon, South Wales. And he says, what do you call a rabbit with sunstroke?
I don't know. What do you call a rabbit with sunstroke?
A hot cross bunny.
Okay, here's one from Sarah, and she's from Clanridian School, Gower. She says, how do you get an elephant in a telephone box?
I don't know. How do you get an elephant in a telephone box?
Open the door. Perhaps he's going to make a trunk call.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Sarah. I like that.
Michelle Page from Alexander Park School. What goes woof tick, woof tick, woof tick?
I don't know. What goes woof tick, woof tick, woof tick?
A watchdog.
And there's one here from Francesca Nandi, Withington, Manchester. Will you remember me in 1 year's time?
Of course I will.
Will you remember me in 10 years' time?
Of course.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You see, you've forgotten me already.
Clever, that one.
Clever.
Yeah.
Now, this is from Jacqueline Manson, 9 Glebe Park, Brisay. Now, what's yellow, has 4 legs, and goes scrunch, scrunch?
I don't know. What's yellow, has 4 legs, and goes scrunch, scrunch?
2 canaries eating crisps.
Currants in the bun and the buns in the oven, puffing up the pastry that is the baker's art. Icing on the cake, jams in the donuts, sugar on the berry cakes and custard in the tarts. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better get your skates on. He needs the dough and the dough needs to rise. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better get your skates on. There's so much to do, you know the time just flies. Malt in the malt loaf, cherries on the Christmas cake, rolling out the Swiss roll, fingers in the pie. Biscuits on the hot plate, elbows in the custard, flour blowing up his nose and crumbs in the eye. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better get your skates on. He needs the dough and the dough needs to rise. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better get your skates on. There's so much to do, you know the time just flies. Mincing in the mince pies, apples in the turnovers, whipped cream, chocolate cream and lots of marzipan. Flitting on the bakery like a ballet dancer, magician with a rolling pin, that is the baker's man. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better get your skates on. He needs the dough and the dough needs to rise. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better get your skates on. There's so much to do, you know the time just flies. Brown bread and white bread, crusty rolls and soft ones, laughing round the flapjacks, whisking up meringues. Sugar on the bath buns, piping in the icing, magician with the rolling pin, that is the baker's man. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better put your skates on. He the dough needs to rise. Hustle, hustle, bustle, bustle, better put your skates on. There's so much to do, you know the time just flies.
A new series of Button Moon starts tomorrow at 4, and we've got a brand new series starting right now. It's great fun, it's got lots of lovely characters, and it's called Telebugs.